Alright, number 1. In the figure above, W plus X plus Y plus Z is equal to what? Okay. So we see that W and Y is the same, X and Y are the same. We know 30 is the same as this. So all the way around, everything has to add up to what? Everything has to add up to 360. So X plus W plus 30 plus Z plus Y plus 30 has to equal to 360. Or X plus W plus Y plus Z plus 60 is equal to 360. So you subtract 60 from both sides. X plus W plus Y plus Z is equal to 300. So the answer is 300. Pretty simple. This is basic. This is the first question. This can be pretty simple. Number 2, in the figure above, what is the value of X plus Y? Okay, so we need to remember that this means 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. So we're in a straight line. So we know everything here has to add up to, hopefully you said 180. So 180 is equal to X plus Y plus 90. Subtract 90 from both sides. You have 90 is equal to X plus Y. So X plus Y is equal to 90. The answer is C. Number 3. If Y is the midpoint of line segment XZ, then which of the following is true? Okay, so just like I taught y'all the week before, whenever you have nothing but letters, it's always easier to do what? To make up your own numbers. So let's say you have the line segment XZ. Okay, let's make XZ 10 units long. Okay, so this whole thing is 10 units. Okay, Y is the midpoint. So the midpoint means it's right in half. So it's right in half, so it means this side is equal to this side. So what's half of 10? 5. So this is 5, and this is 5. Let's put a Y. So XY is equal to 5, and YZ is equal to 5. Now let's use our answers. XY we said was 5, so it's 5 less than 5. No, a number cannot be less than itself. So A is wrong. YZ, 5 is less than, again, 5. No, again, a number cannot be less than itself. XZ is 10 less than YZ. YZ was 5. Is 10 less than 5? No. 1 half of XZ is 10, so 1 half of 10 is 5. Is 5 equal to 2 times XY? XY is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Is 5 equal to 10? No. E, 2YZ, so YZ is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Is 10 equal to XZ? XZ is 10. Is 10 equal to 10? Yes. So the answer is E. Again, just like I said last week, whenever you have a whole bunch of letters and no numbers, it's always easier just to make up your own numbers. Alright, number 4. In the figure above, line AB, line CD, and line EF all intersect at point Q. What is the value of X? Alright, we do this one of two ways. Let's do it the first way that comes to mind. Alright, so everything all the way around has to equal to 360, but we're missing 3 spots. This to here, so opposite angle, again, opposite angles are the same. So this is 70, here and here is 70, this is X. So you have 470, so that makes 280. 280 plus 2X is equal to what? 360. Subtract 280 from both sides. 2X is equal to 80, so X is equal to 40. The answer is B. Or, if you saw another way, you should do opposite angles, here to here. So you have 70 plus X plus 70, and that's 140. 140 plus X has to equal to, since this is a straight line, has to equal to 180. So X is equal to 40. That's the beautiful thing about math. Doesn't matter which way you do it, your answer, if you do it right, your answer should always be the same. So you can do the 360 way or the 180 way. It's all going to give you the same thing. Number 5. In line PS above, PQ is 3, RS is 4, and PS is 10. So this whole thing here is 10. What is the distance from S to the midpoint of QR? Okay, so we're missing QR. Oh, sorry guys. We're missing QR. So this is 3, this is 4, that makes 7. The whole thing is 10, so this has to be 3. Okay. Now, what is the distance from S to the midpoint of QR? So what is the midpoint of QR? So QR is 3. So what is midway, or what is 3 divided by 2? 1.5. So get my red pen again. So it's 1.5. So from here to here is 3. So we know this side is 1.5, and we know this side is 1.5. So the midpoint from S to the midpoint. So we know it's 4. So we should worry about this. So it's going to be 4 plus 1.5. So the answer is 5.5. The answer is B. Okay, one more time. What is the distance from S to the midpoint of QR? QR is here. So you want S to the midpoint. So we know it's 4. So we just got to find the distance from R to the midpoint. So we know QR is 3 because PQ was 3, RS was 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. The whole thing has to be 10. So we know the gap in the middle has to be 3. So the midpoint again just means divided by 2, and it gives you the length of both sides. So it's 1.5 to 1.5. So from here to here is 1.5. From here to here is 4. So 1.5 plus 4 is 5.5. Answer is B. All right. Number 6. It's a free response. In the figure above, line L1 is parallel to L2. Then what is the value of x plus y? All right, x plus y. So we see here, this is a straight line. So you know 105 plus y has to equal to 180. So y is 75. All right, so this is 75. Okay, now what do we see here? This is a backwards z. So again, going back to the 0, the interior angles are the same. So this is the same as that. So this is also 75. All right, so x is 75 and y is 75. What is the what is the value of x plus y? So x plus y is equal to 75 plus 75, which is equal to 150. So x plus y is equal to 150. Number 6, in the figure above, line L1 is parallel to L2. Oh, sorry. Number 7. In the figure above, if x is equal to y, which of the following must be true? Okay. If x is equal to y, so this is 90 degrees, then this is also 90. So this is also 90. It says if x is equal to y, so this is 90. So it means that's 90, that's 90, and that's 90. So everything here is 90. Okay. Which of the following is true? Is L2 is parallel to L3? Well, if they both have the same angles, then yes, they are parallel. Because again, parallel means the two lines never intersect, and the way they never intersect is if they have the same angle. Like the same angle is pretty much slope. Okay, so again, lines, if two lines have the same slope or the same angle, then they are parallel. So parallel works out. Line L1 is perpendicular to L2. Perpendicular means when they intersect, they make a right angle, and they made a right angle here. So that's correct. Any line that intersects L1 also intersects L2. So it says any line that intersects this one has to be the same. So L2 intersects L1, and then L3 intersects L1 as well. But they all have 90 degrees, so it means they're all parallel. It says they're all parallel. They're never going to intersect. So number 3 is wrong. So 1 and 2. So our only option that has 1 and 2 only is D. Okay. In the figure above, Q is the midpoint of PR, and R is the midpoint of PS. If PT is equal to 16, so this whole thing here is 16, and QR is 3, what is the length of ST? All right, so PR is Q is the midpoint of PR. So it means this and this are the same. So X, let's call this X and X. Okay. If QR is 3, so it means this is 3, which means this is also 3. So PR is 6. So this thing here is 6. And R is the midpoint of PS. So R is the midpoint of PS. So it means this side has to equal to this side. So PR is 6. So RS has to be also 6. Because it says R is the midpoint of PS. So this side is equal to this side. That's 6 and 6. If PT is 16, okay, yeah. What is the length of ST? So ST is here. So you have 6 and 6 is 12, but the whole thing has to be 16. So 16 minus 12 is 4. So number 8 is 4. All right, number 9. What is the measure in degrees of the smaller of two angles that together form a straight line if the ratio of the two measures of the larger angle to smaller angle is 7 to 2? So you have straight line, two angles. So the ratio is 7 to 2. Okay? So 7 to 2. Okay. So this is what's 7 to 2. So how many is that total? That's 9. How do you get 9 into 180? Multiply by 20. So multiply this by 20. Multiply this by 20. So it's 140 to 40. Is that 180? Yes. So the smaller angle is 40 degrees. So remember your ratios. 7. So it's for every 7 angles from this side, there's 2 angles on that side. So the total amount of angles is 9. So we know 7 plus 2 is going to be 9. So we know 9. We have to use 9 and get it into 180. How do you get 9 to 180? You multiply it by 20. So you multiply both sides by 20. It gives you the answer. You figured above, V is 2W, W is 2X, and Y, and X is equal to Y over 3. So again, when you're dealing with letters, it's always better just to make up numbers. But in this case, we can work backwards. We can use our answers. We can sit here and do algebra work, but it's just going to be a whole bunch of work because then we have to add them up all together. So let's just start off. Again, when you're using your answers, you have to start off with the middle number. So you start off at C. If Y is equal to 45, then X is equal to 45 over 3, which is 15. If X is 15, W is equal to 30. If W is equal to 30, then 2W, then V is equal to 60. So you know V plus W plus X plus Y has to equal to 180. 60 plus 30 is 90, plus 15 is 105. 105 plus that is 150. So it's not 180. So C is wrong. Since it was less than the number we need, you know A and B are automatically wrong. So now it's between D and E. So let's do D. If Y is equal to 54, then X is equal to 54 over 3, which makes it 18. If X is 18, then W is equal to 36. If W is equal to 36, then V is equal to 2 times that is equal to 72. Now, 72 plus 18 is 90. 90, and then 36 plus 54 is also 90. 90 plus 90 is 180. And what do we want? We want 180. So the answer is D. Again, we can sit here and do algebra work, but that's going to take longer. Most of y'all weren't good in algebra. So the best thing, again, is just to use your answers. This is why I taught y'all the first week we started doing this. Because like I told you, you can always use that strategy for every single math problem. Well, not every single math problem, but for a lot of math problems. Okay, number 11. This was a little bit tricky. In figure above, L1 and L2, L1 is parallel to L2, and L2 is parallel to L3. What is the value of A, B, C, D, and E? Okay, so we have to do one of two things. We have to do opposite angles and as well as the zero. So if this is A, then this is also A. If this is A, this is 0, then this is also A. If this is A, then that's A. And if that's A, then this is also going to be A. Okay, now we pretty much everything covered. So we know from here to here, from E to A, we know it's, oh, let's do it this way. E and D has to equal 180. So E plus D is equal to 180. Okay. C and A have to equal to 180 as well. So you have